I'm ready for you when you're ready to push the record button. Are you ready?
Almost.
Okie dokie. Maya's tired.
Just have a beer, man. You'll be okay.
It has
Okay.
the bourbon.
Close that. Close that. Close that. Let me close all the stuff I don't need. No distractions today. Big sale in Steam going on right now.
Uh-oh.
I know. I want to buy like a management game.
All right. Later. We gotta record.
We're streaming
9:15.
though. Okay. You ready?
Yes. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Record.
Record.
You're so behind.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Check the stream.
Check your stream.
Simple
Hey
as that,
everyone,
folks. That's how we
Johnny,
do it here
and
at
this
the
is
Dad
my
Shoes
co-host
Pod.
Connor.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I started.
Okay. You want to start again? I wasn't ready.
All right, we're gonna start it at 30 seconds. You ready?
Yep.
You ready? And 2, 1. Hello everyone. I am Johnny, and this is my co-host Connor.
Welcome to our podcast, Dad Shoes.
Have you ever wondered where a dad joke comes from?
Are you trying to read it scary?
I mean, I'm not trying.
Or how dads just seem to have the right wisdom for the moment?
Or you're just trying to figure out what your dad was thinking. Maybe you are a dad, and you just need to hear.
Hey, man, us too.
Well, we're learning what it's like to wear the dad shoes.
We would like to invite you to join us on this journey. First things first, though, John, what are you doing for Halloween, man?
We are going to be watching the classic Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone projected on our garage door. And
Very
you?
cool, very cool. The classic Harry Potter.
I mean,
The originals.
yeah, because those remakes, man, they can go right out the window.
Give it a few years. How long
Yeah,
do you
really.
think it's going to be before there's a Harry Potter remake?
I don't think there's going to be a Harry Potter remake. Because we've gotten to the point in media where people are already complaining about the repetitive nature of movies, and we've talked about it before. One of the biggest franchises ever, Fast and the Furious. The first one was just a remake of Point Break. It was the same movie.
Okay.
Just one had cars and one had skydiving and surfing. So, I mean...
Yeah, you almost lost me there.
Yeah, but,
I remember that now.
Right. So, we've gotten to a point where people are fed up with seeing the same movies, just a little different. So, I think we've reached the point in our entertainment where people they're not going to accept that anymore. That being said, it's Harry Potter. It's huge. It's pretty classic already. It's everybody knows Harry Potter. You can love it, you can hate it, I've seen it, but
There's a window of Gen Z that is not into Harry Potter at all.
yeah, but it's very small. But
I'd say probably Gen Z high schoolers and just into college are not into Harry Potter. But the younger ones are, because now millennials are like teachers,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so we're telling them to read Harry Potter as teachers.
Like, Harry Potter was great. I never read it. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't read it as a kid. I was older. I think I was already in, what, it came out in 99? No, 92?
I don't remember. I
don't remember.
I didn't start reading them until the movies already came out, and honestly, I didn't finish the series, like reading the series, until like last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I started reading them on, spoiler alert, the day after Dumbledore died. So that's book
6.
6.
Yeah.
The Half-Blood Prince. Dumbledore dies at the end. And it was like, I left and I got a call from my buddy and we started talking about it. And he's like, dude, it's so good. The series is great. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to read them. And I tried to read them when I was younger and I just never got into it. But like, my mother and brother read them. My mom would read them to my brother, a chapter a night. And that was great. I decided, oh, cool, I want to too. And so they started reading book 2, and I'm like, oh, I'll join. I had no interest in a house elf named Dobby. I just didn't care. That's what my mom called him, Dobby.
Dobby. It's like all the different versions of Hermione.
Hermione.
Like Hermione. Right. See, I had the pleasure of watching the movies first, so when I went to the book, names. It's like knew all the names, knew how to pronounce it.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Except Dobby. According to Jim Dale, it's Voldemort, not Voldemort. Yeah. But according to Stephen Fry and J.K. Rowling, it's Voldemort.
So. I don't know. I haven't listened. I listened to the Jim Dale ones. I haven't listened to the Stephen Fry ones. Very interested in listening to the Stephen Fry ones.
You can listen to them. Anyways. Yeah. So you can listen to them. But
back to our Halloween topic. This is like a Halloween tradition for you, though, isn't it? Don't you do this every year?
So we would be on, I think, my favorite one, which is my second favorite one, excuse me. Number 5.
So you like every year watch the next one in the series?
Yeah, so I got a projector years ago and I didn't have a TV at the time, so it was like we're going to use it as a projector. Or I had a TV, but it was kind of small, so I was going to use it. I
remember that.
Yeah. And it
was at your dad's house.
Right. It didn't work because it ultimately was smaller than the TV I had, so But it sat in the closet. I couldn't get rid of it because, I mean, it's an industrial projector. So I just kind of had it. And I got off work early one night. And I'm talking to my wife. I think we were married then. Yeah. It was like the year, or the year we were getting married, maybe. Anyways, we were talking.
If you're on book 5, then it would have been after you were married.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
We're coming up on year 6.
Or 6th, yeah. Because Mabel was her 5th anniversary present to me. Anyways, so I guess it was the year we were married, that first year, and I'm coming home from work, and I thought, wait a minute, I'm off work early. It's gonna be dark for Halloween. It was a Saturday, and Halloween's never on a Saturday, but it was a Saturday, so. Mm-hmm. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put a movie. We're going to watch a scary movie on the garage door. And the house next door to us was vacant, had been vacant for years. So I thought, it'll be great. We'll just put it on the neighbor's door. It looks, as people come into our little subdivision, they look right down the street. They'll see it. They'll be, oh, cool. People are watching it. It'll be fun. I told the neighbors that we're going to watch it. And she got her chairs out. She's all ready to watch the movie. Awesome. And there was a street light there. So you couldn't see the projector on. So we had to move it over. And there was no power. So we put it on our thing. And that was, so we would be on the 5th movie. Mm-hmm. But we moved. So this neighborhood hasn't experienced the joys of watching Harry Potter for Halloween.
Movie night.
Exactly. So And
Do you
now that
start over, or do you?
that right, do we start over? Or do we just start at 5? And I'm really torn because I want to do both. Like I want to just watch the 5th one because I like it more. But it's the first one. It's the first Halloween in our new house. It's kind of like I think we got to start at 1. So I think we're going to be watching The Sorcerer's Stone. And for all of our British friends, it's The Sorcerer's Stone. I know it was The Philosopher's Stone, and I think it was a great idea, but it's The Sorcerer's Stone. I'm sorry. I really, truly am. Somebody above me made that decision, but there you have it. Anywho, we're watching The Sorcerer's Stone on our garage door. You are welcome to join us. So unless it's raining, if it's raining, then I don't know, maybe not.
Get a tent. The 5th one's my favorite too, I think, because the 5th one, in my opinion, is the only one that really has like a wizard duel, like a wizard fight. Like Marcy hates that one because of Umbridge.
Yeah.
But when you get to the end of it, you get that fight between Voldemort and Dumbledore, and they're just like, it's not just green spell, red spell back and forth. It's like magic.
Yeah.
It's like glass and dragons and water. It's that, in my opinion, is the only like wizard fight that happens.
That's interesting. I think you're right. So I hate that. I hate Umbridge, and I've seen that woman in other things, and she's a phenomenal actor because I don't remember what it was, but I loved her character in several other movies I've seen. But oh man, I want to strangle Umbridge. Just can't stand that woman, and she just beautifully acted. But there's some. I'm not going to get into book versus movie, but that we've talked about talking about it on the pod, the inheritance cycle with Aragon, from Christopher Paolini, and they haven't made a movie. Disney technically owns the rights because they own Fox. At least that's what I understand. And apparently there's stuff in the works to make a movie. He's working on the screenplay. So I've read. Who knows what the internet says? Anyways, in that series, the way magic works is you're limited by what you can do. So like, limited by the strength of your body. So like, whatever. But you run out of energy. And I was wondering, I'm like, well, clearly, children in the wizarding world don't need wands, right? Because they can do magic on accident. Harry Potter makes the glass go away, and right.
Sure.
So it's how they channel their magic. But then at the end of the fight scenes, they're always exhausted, and a mental exhaustion is a thing, but it's just like I just don't see how it's the same. The mechanics work. I mean, you'd have to read the series, and if you've read The Inheritance Cycle, hit me up because I could talk about that for hours. I've read it almost as many times as I've read Harry Potter.
That one, I'm in the middle of that one now.
Yeah, so I've actually, when I say read, I've read both series in my hands before, but I have listened to them countless times. So,
yeah. Jolly Giant in the chat says, "I hate when I run out of mana."
Man. See, that's a mechanic. That's a mechanic that makes sense because you have to.
Maybe that's what he was trying to go for in the Inheritance Cycle.
I absolutely think he was because there's
calling
things,
it mana.
There's things that you can see like, oh, okay, well he clearly, and he wrote the first book when he was like 16, which is phenomenal. But you can see where he gets stuff from other pop culture. It was brilliant. I love it. I think it's great. He really thought about the mechanics of magic in that. Whereas in the Harry Potter universe, it just casts a spell. And it's cool. It's great. I'm not dogging it at all. I would really love to hear the two sit down and discuss the differences in how magic works in their universe.
Yeah. Just compare. It's like I watched a video on YouTube that talked about they called it like hard magic systems and soft magic systems,
Okay.
where like a hard magic system has defined rules and everybody knows the rules, and it's like this is how magic works in this world.
Okay.
And a soft magic system is like, man, whatever you need it to be. You know, so like Lord of the Rings, I think is a good example of like a soft magic system.
Mhm.
Like you can read the books, you can watch the movies. I still don't know what Gandalf can and can't do. Seems like he can do whatever he wants. It's just whether or not he wants to do it.
Right, I think you're right. That makes sense. I like that a lot.
Where, you know, like a video game might have a little bit more. Here's the rules. Here's the structure. You run out of mana. You know,
Tough
you're
noogies.
done.
Yeah.
Hope you have a sword or a stick. Anyway, so that's your Halloween tradition.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing for Halloween. I really don't.
Hey,
I
the
got
driveway's
no
open.
idea. Yeah, we might end up coming for a visit. One thing I do know that Marcy and I are doing for Halloween is we are going to go to dinner. I don't know how we planned this. This is kind of weird. I guess we're not going to be home for Halloween because November 1st is our 6th anniversary.
Yes.
And it happens to be a Sunday this year because Halloween's a Saturday.
Yep.
And I work on Sundays. So
Right.
we decided we're going to go to dinner on Saturday.
That is odd.
On Halloween. I don't know. That's what my wife said. So
Are you
I
gonna
do
go in
what she says.
costume?
Oh, man. I don't know. We didn't think about that.
You should go in costume. I mean, you have 2 days. You should go in costume.
We got to figure something out.
Dude, if anybody could figure out a couple's costume for anniversary on Halloween, it's your wife.
That's true.
She
I didn't
is
think about that.
super
We'll have to put some
creative.
time into that. You have to check our social media to see what
What
we
you came
decided,
as?
what we figured out.
Hey, so
Yeah.
I know you recently bought a minivan, but I got some big news for you. I just bought my wife a new ride.
A new ride.
Yeah.
Is it a skateboard?
No, it's it's not a skateboard. They had cinnamon brooms on sale at Publix for $3.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been dying to share that with you all week.
Yeah.
It's been
Pull out the
hurting
old
me right
vacuum
here.
cleaner.
Say again.
Pull out the old vacuum cleaner.
Oh man.
So yeah, Halloween's gonna be interesting this year for sure. So I mean, how are you guys? Obviously, you're gonna sit out inside, so you're cool with like trick or treating this year.
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing. I'm not normally we just do like we'll put our lawn chairs out, and then we've got a little lawn table, and we put the candy bucket there, and I got the candy under me, so it's like there's a bucket of candy, but it's not like, you know, we get the Costco bag of candy, and we're not planning on a ton of trick or treaters this year, especially since we didn't have a bunch last year. New neighborhood, whatever. So we only got a bag, but we normally just say, yeah, just, you know, take a handful, be nice, it's cool. And I was really against giving candy to like kids, high school kids, not in costume, because if you're gonna go trick or treating, just make a costume. How hard is it to be a pirate? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So like last
Pirates
year,
are in, man.
yeah, really. Last year I went as a muggle and I put on a bathrobe and a big floppy hat my mother had and like galoshes or something.
Yes.
Like because
That's funny.
yeah,
That's
so
deep. You got to read the book to get that one.
you can't just watch the movie. You've got to read the book. So Charlotte May was a witch and I was a muggle.
You got to read the book to get that reference.
I loved it. It was so great. Nobody got it. They even said, "Oh, what are you?" And they said, "Well, what are you dressed?" I said, "Well, she's a witch and I'm a muggle. Can't you tell?" And they just, "Oh yeah, Dad, you're crazy." Yeah. But anyways, I don't know what we're gonna do. I saw something on Reddit where the dad is made like a candy shoot.
A candy shoot.
With, like,
That's
a
what I was
gutter?
going to tell you about. Yeah. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Like I was talking with some people at the church today about trick or treating, and they're all, you know, like, we'll give it a shot. You know, our neighborhood doesn't really get a lot of trick or treaters anyway.
Yeah.
We have a bag of candy just so we're ready for it.
Yeah.
But even like a regular year, we don't get a lot because in our neighborhood they all go to the Heights.
The Heights, right?
Yeah. And somebody was talking about like the candy shoot, and I think that's super cool because I don't know, you just got a little bit of fun. So like you have a gutter, or I was thinking like a PVC pipe or
A
something.
PVC pipe is actually a better idea because I was thinking gutters have ridges,
Yeah, that's what I
not
was like.
like
The gutter
ruffles, but
might get stuck. Yeah.
yeah.
But you get like a pipe or something, you just set it up, and you drop the candy in, and it goes through the chute, falls into the bag. That's like almost a challenge to make the best Rube Goldberg candy delivery
Oh my
system.
gosh. If I had like, so I took off I'm off work next week. I'm working this week. So, um, if I was off this week, I would totally try something like that. Just some
I think it sounds
stupid
awesome.
contraption to,
Just to deliver candy,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a candy catapult, and like you just try and launch it, and they try to catch it in the bag.
That I can do tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, Saturday. That I can do on
Yeah,
Saturday.
but this is like a chance, to get creative in your candy delivery method.
Yeah.
Try
That's
something new.
I wonder if I could hook it up to the compressor and like launch it with air.
I like a potato gun.
Yeah, yeah, like a potato gun through um the gutter. Which I got gutters a couple weeks ago. I think we talked about it on an episode.
I think we talked about it. I don't think we talked about it on the pod.
Oh, maybe. So we put up gutters, and let me tell you what. It's a ton of money. I'm super excited that I spent, but I got nothing to
That's not
show
something
for it.
you say often. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
It's not often you're like, I spent so much money, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know. I'm happy that I have them, and I can't even tell you why. Like, they're actually causing issues. Not really causing issues. I have washout at the downspouts, but that's
Yeah.
what happens. But I had washout all around the house. But now that it's localized,
Now it's focused.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want that. But man, it was going with gutters. I was going with gutters. I totally lost
You were
it.
going to shoot something out of a cannon.
Oh, nothing to do with cannons. I want to make my downspouts have a river, like feed into a river, like a little not a river, but like a little stream, a stream in my at my house, like a water feature. I mean, it's kind of something that would only be functional when it pours, and nobody
Yeah.
would appreciate it because it's pouring, and I don't want to be
Nobody would
outside.
see it.
But I don't know. I like the idea. I've always wanted to have like a little stream running through my yard. So
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
can,
guess
how I
like
can make it work.
if it already had water in it, like it was an active fountain in your front yard, and the water from the gutter just added to that water. I don't know. I'm gonna let you think about that.
We can talk about that later. I mean, ideas
We'll
abound.
let you
If
figure
you've
that
got
out.
any ideas for my water feature featuring rainwater, then hit us up.
Something new.
Yeah.
So
So-
do your kids like to wear costumes? your kids
Well,
dress
one of
up
them I
kids?
can't say because she's not a year old yet.
She'll
She's
wear
only-
whatever you put
she'll-
her in.
She'll wear whatever I put her in. And then the other one both loves to wear clothes and hates to wear clothes. So
So Charlotte May's going to be a streaker for Halloween.
my dad went as a streaker for Halloween one year. I didn't get it. Like he was wearing not a flasher.
Gosh, that would be so awkward.
Yeah, he was wearing a trench
Like,
coat and like
You thought your Muggle costume was bad. Imagine just being naked.
right.
The kid's just like mortified.
I'm the emperor who has new clothes. Oh man.
That'd be funny. Titus is not a costume wearer. He's not a fan.
Yeah.
He's just fine with clothes. I mean, he'll wear a jacket, he'll wear pants, shoes, whatever. But whenever we add something extra, like hats, no hats. Glasses, 5 minutes, maybe. So I did get him to wear a cape the other day, which was a win and a loss.
Because now he always wants to
A
wear it.
win because no, he had a blast when he put it on. He was so happy. But since he had a cape on, he's got a new trick where he goes into his sister's room, he climbs up on top of her dresser and jumps off of it. Yeah,
I
so he
cannot
had the cape, and he's like, "This is a great opportunity for me to test this cape out.
see if it makes me
I'm gonna
fly.
climb on top of that dresser and jump."
What does he jump
So it was
onto?
like a just the ground. He just
Jeez.
jumps right to the ground. It's not far. I mean, it's probably 2.5 feet.
But
Maybe closer to 3.
does he jump like land on his feet?
Yeah, feet and arms.
Okay.
Like he lands on his feet and catches himself with his hands. But he loves
Superhero
it, man.
landing.
That's his new trick. Yeah, so we have to like close his sister's door, which only kind of works because he can open that door. We don't have a lock on it.
Right.
And he was doing like a little cycle where he would run down the hallway, turn around, run around the living room, back up the hallway, climb up the dresser, jump, and then do the loop again. He was really excited to be wearing that cape.
That kid is cool. So when I
It
was
was
a
pretty
kid,
fun.
I would I would climb up my dresser and jump off my dresser, but not to land on my feet, so I could fly. And I like
So you
launched
land on your
myself off
gut?
the dresser, and I would land on the bed.
Oh. I was picturing you like belly flopping onto the floor.
On the floor, no, on the bed. And I think I have a feeling my father instigated.
It's hard not to. Look,
It's really cool. And
when
you're
your
not going to
kid
get
does
hurt.
something-
Just don't miss.
yeah.
So,
When your kid does something like that, it's really hard to not be like, "Oh, that was pretty cool." Like, do it
really-
again. Let me get the camera.
exactly.
Like, hey, don't do this when I'm not looking, but right now, like, go time. Let's have a ball.
That's what we need to work on is the you can do this, but only with supervision.
Yeah.
You can do this now because mommy and daddy are watching. But don't do this when we turn around. That's a no-no.
That's too much comprehension, I think.
Yeah. And it's funny because we've talked about this before, but the things that the kids do, they say things and they comprehend things. It's like, you don't understand that. You can't say those words. There's too many syllables in that word for you. But they say it. They understand what you're saying. But then you try to do something like, you can do this now because we're here, but not when we're not. And that just whoosh.
Yep, right over their head.
Like the Frisbee.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't there for that. I almost hit my daughter in the head with a Frisbee last night. It was very funny.
Sounds hilarious.
We were on our nightly walk, and she's running. We're throwing a glow-in-the-dark Frisbee. It was a glow stick Frisbee. And I threw it, and it was like, they were like 2 perfect throws of the night because it's a really bad Frisbee. And this was one of them. And it just happened to go right. It went right where I wanted it to, but my daughter was on one side, and then she ran across and ran right underneath. It was really beautiful to watch. But anyways,
Yeah.
that's
Random memory that just unlocked in my head today.
Oh yeah?
Here talking about a Frisbee. I remember doing a trip like when I was out of high school. I was in college at the time. We did a trip to like a beach house, and we were playing Ultimate Frisbee at night.
With that
had this
glow in the dark
Frisbee.
that light up Frisbee.
It was a light up Frisbee.
I remember that
I
thing.
don't think were you on that trip?
I don't think
With
I
the
was on that
Russos?
trip. But no, I wasn't on that trip with the Russos. But you guys brought it back and we played Ultimate
Yeah.
Frisbee. We tried to play
We
Ultimate
played with it
Frisbee
at home,
in
but I
the,
just
gym.
remember. Yeah, I just remember for whatever reason, like my team was just done with the game, and so we had an agreement that the next person to catch the Frisbee was going to turn it off and pretend the batteries were dead. And that's what we did. I caught it, I turned it off, and I was like, "Oh crap! What do you guys want to do about this? I guess we're gonna go inside. Huh? Maybe we're done."
And what happened?
That was it. We were done.
It worked?
It worked.
Wow,
I think everybody was pretty much done playing this game.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, just random memory that you unlocked. So I don't know. This Halloween's gonna be different because I guess we're not gonna be with our kids, and I never really thought about that until right now.
Huh.
So maybe we will come visit you because we won't have the kids.
Well, you're gonna be up here
Anyway,
with the kids anyways.
yeah, that morning.
Huh.
So then we'll go home.
You don't want to do
We'll
that.
take the kids home, and then we'll come back.
You don't want to do that.
That's an hour.
Almost.
Well, total drive time to go to your house and my house twice is 90 minutes times 2. So if that's 3 hours of driving.
Yeah. You might as well go to Disney.
There's an idea.
Dude, I wonder what Disney's doing for Halloween. They
I
usually
heard
do the
a
not
lot
so
of the
scary.
theme parks canceled. I know Disney canceled their Not So Scary. I heard that Universal canceled Halloween Horror Nights, but I also heard that somebody was going to Halloween Horror Nights, so that could have been wrong information. I guess, I mean, if you have the park open, what's the difference? I've never run a theme park though.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see.
Who knows?
Hold on.
You look it up, and then I have an update.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's your update, dude?
I have an update.
Canceled.
Yeah, a couple episodes ago, we talked about it's canceled.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought so. I have an update. A couple weeks ago, we talked about how to entertain your toddlers, and we were just completely at a loss. But I forgot like the fundamental. This is how you entertain your kids as a dad
Yeah.
trope. And I'm maybe you've done this too, maybe you haven't. If not, let me teach you something. If you want to entertain your kids, get them in a room, and then lay on the floor and just lay there. That's literally all you have to do.
That's half true.
That's after all you have to do is lay there. But you should probably catch them when they start pile driving you into the ground.
Oh man. It can be, I mean, it is always fun.
Yeah.
It can hurt.
It can. It's nice though, because you just lay on the ground, So we, every once in a while, we split the kids up because they just, they get in a handful together. So I'll take one and Marcy will take the other one. So I was in Titus's room and I was tired. Like, I mean, I just laid on the ground, but you're on their level and that's a whole new world for them because usually you're standing up. So he's excited. He's bringing all the toys, but then, they start the wrestling match and he always goes knees first right into my gut.
Oh,
Like and if I see him coming, so I'm able to kind of prep and I'm ready to take the hit.
it's still.
It's either that or he wants to come like between my legs, which I'm like,
And
okay,
jump on you there.
Like not there, like he just crawls between my legs, but he's got those little feet going and his knees flying everywhere. So that one usually turns into he's like crawling over my knees, and then I lift him up with my legs.
Yes.
And kind of flip him over.
Yeah, that you gotta make it work.
Yeah. But that's a good one. Or he'll run up, and if I'm laying on the ground, he'll run up to my head and like he's gonna jump knees first into my face. So the trick there is I catch him mid-air at the hips and then just kind of lift him up and his head comes down and he does a flip. And then I push him down between my legs.
I'll bet he does that over and over and over again.
Oh, he loves that. He loves that so much. So we had a blast with that one the other day. And then Riley came in and it's like, okay, now I have to protect the baby.
Which can be fun.
She wants
itself.
to play too.
Yeah.
She wants to play too, but she's not, she can't jump. So she'll just come lay on me.
Uh-huh.
But then Titus isn't paying attention.
So he jumps right on top of her.
So he tries to jump and she's right there. So it's like, okay, well, let me stop you from, mutilating your sister here.
Do they share?
It's a blast. They're okay.
Yeah.
Tonight was a good night. We had a good night of sharing. But the worst thing is we gave Riley this it's a little RV and it's Toy Story themed.
Oh no.
And we gave it to Riley for her birthday.
Yeah,
Toy Story is Titus's favorite franchise.
Yeah.
So we even wrote Riley's name on it in big black letters. So we can say, no,
Oh, that's
this is
cute.
Riley's toy. This is not your toy.
I'll
But
bet
he,
that
he's
worked.
like, oh yeah, oh, like a charm. He grabs it and he'll run around with it, and we're like, oh, isn't that nice of Riley to let you play with her toy?
Yeah, I've done
And he's
that.
like, oh yeah, whatever, my bus.
My bus.
No, that's Riley's toy. Nope, my bus.
I hate that. There is not much I hate more than my daughter does two things. She says my whatever, so like my bus or my cup or my fork or my phone, and it's like no, no, this isn't yours. We, excuse me,
This
I'm
is
I'm
the
speaking
family
into that
phone.
microphone you're punching. We share things in this house, so you may use it, and you may have things of your own, but we share. And and then there's the I can't. So I finally got her to say whining. She says I can't stop whining because I say stop whining, honey. You just tell me what you need. I
That's
can't
funny.
stop whining.
That's funny.
Oh, can't and mine are the two. No is like whatever, ignore it and it'll go away. But
Yeah, that one
those
doesn't
two.
come up often. So we
Yeah.
we worked on Titus when it came to sharing, because Riley doesn't always understand. Like I can't have this right now because Titus is playing with it. So
And that's fine.
yeah, and that's fine. She doesn't comprehend that yet. But what ends up happening is she'll have a toy and Titus wants to play with it. So it's like, okay, well, you need to go find something to replace it with. You need to bring her something else that she can play with if you're going to take her toy,
Yes.
which works for the most part. But then, like, you take it to the extreme, and he's just like, "Oh, here's a brick. Give me the bus."
You
He'll
want to play
still
with something
snatch
fun
it.
to play with. You take this. It
Yeah,
doesn't do
he'll still
nothing.
snatch it from her, but
Yep.
then he'll put like something dumb in her hand. Here's a book.
Thanks, kid.
Yeah. One thing that Titus has started doing, I think it's kind of funny. It doesn't bother me, and I think it's a reaction to going to school, because in school they have to get in line and he has to take turns a lot more often. Is for a while he would say me first, like we're walking into a building, no, me first,
Huh.
and he would kind of push his way to the front. I don't mind it so much. I don't care. He can go first.
Right.
Marcy, not a fan.
You know what? You didn't even need to finish that. You just said, but, and I
Oh,
can see her and hear her. I don't think so. I don't think
Oh,
so, buddy.
it gets her so upset when he's like, "No, me first," and she's like, "I just want to pick him
Rude.
up and put him in the back of the line." Like, well, who's the real loser here when you do that, babe? Like, he's two. Just let it be. There's not much you can do here. Is it worth the fight?
Yeah, you know what?
Because
I
he
don't
gets
know,
that. He gets that from her.
What? The me first?
That me first thing. Oh, I am sold. I am guaranteeing that is her personality in him shining through. And that's why it bugs her so much, because she's like, no, I don't think so. It just rings her bell, man.
What's the stream? The what are you streaming this on?
I am streaming to Discord. Not Discord. I am streaming to Twitch. And it's twitch.com/convod6.
Okay.
I'm doing it to my personal one
Okay.
because this is the one that has followers.
Makes sense. I don't want to watch it. I just wanted to see it. We lost our follower or our watcher.
Maybe. This says we have one viewer right now, and I don't know.
Well, wait.
I don't know.
What does
Does
it say?
say
Well,
zero
wait.
viewers? Does it say?
What does
zero
it say now?
viewers? It still just says one.
Okay, it's me.
I don't know. Either way,
It's all good.
we had fun. That's what counts. The episode got recorded. That's all I've got today, man.
Yeah,
You got
me
anything
too.
else?
Nah, that was
Let's close it because then
great.
it will be only 38 minutes for me to edit instead of a whole hour.
Yeah.
Am I doing the
I think
outro?
it's you.
I think it's me. It says that in the script. Here we go.
Yeah, and I wrote something there for you to read. So
In the thing.
yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us today on the Dad Shoes Halloween special.
I didn't write that.
We'd really appreciate it if you would share this with your friends. Help us get the word out. I hope you listen to this on Halloween because that's the day that I plan on posting it. If you enjoyed our podcast, you can reach out to us on Twitter at DadShoesPod or email us at dadshoespod@gmail.com. What are y'all doing for Halloween? We would love to hear from you. Reach out to us. Let us know. We'd also appreciate it if you would leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast. Thanks again for hanging out.
Oh man. Good night.
And
I'm already done.
Oh, okay. Oh, not what I wanted to do.
So let me ask you something, Connor.
What's up?
I have this Republic of Gamers. So that's what my video card is.
This is 209.
What?
This is episode 209. I just guessed.
Yeah. You said, is this 209? And I said, yeah. Anyways, so I have it's an Asus Republic of Gamers 1650, whatever. I don't really understand exactly what all that means, but I have a GPU Tweak 2 is the name of the program. So when I go to open Asus GPU Tweak 2 on my desktop, it doesn't let me open it. And I actually think I figured out the problem because it's got a what's this? Ooh, that looks fun. There is a way to set it. So like I can do. I think it's Control N or Control Alt N to open it up. But I didn't learn that until like last week. Yeah, Control Alt N and Control Alt T will open the two windows. But I couldn't see that until just the other day. And so I don't. Maybe it's just always on, and that's why I have to open it. But yeah,
I don't know what to tell you, man.
last night was a bad idea. Playing that
What'd you do last night?
last game, that last level.
Was it?
Yeah, I didn't want to.
I played more after that.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to be up at 5.
I didn't have to be up at 5, but
Yeah, so I was up
6:30.
at 4:50 yesterday. I didn't go to bed till 11:30. I was up at 5 today, and I did 7.5 units. Although I did have a helper, a trainee, the last 3 days, but it was 7 o'clock. It was like 7:15 when I got home, and the kids everyone's already eaten. Kids are bathed, and we go out on a walk. I was like, oh, just tired. So it was fun. But are you going to record this or edit this one?
Yeah, I'll be able to edit tomorrow afternoon.
Awesome.
I have 2 field trips in the morning, and then in the afternoon I should be okay.
Sweet. Should be a pretty good episode if you just cut out the crap and the talking over each other. I think it's actually pretty good. Short, sweet, and to the point. Probably a 30-minute episode.
Man. That is like our goal, right? 30 minutes.
Yeah, but then what the hell is a dad shorts?
Dad shorts is supposed to be like 15 or less.
Okay, because they were
be
getting
like a
up
quick
there.
check-in.
All
Quick
right.
check-in, unedited. Only cut out the oh no,
That's
Um,
funny.
anyway,